Hi, I'm Gene. I wanted a vintage looking cold drink cooler that I could use on the deck for summer. And you know, there's a lot of great ones out there, but I decided I wanted to make my own custom design, still be vintage, still be retro, but also tie in with some of the deck furniture that I've already been making. So let's get started. Now this project basically consists of using 10 of these 6-foot dog-eared cedar fence stakes. These are inexpensive and they work perfect for this. And I love how cedar looks when it's sealed. Oh, it's a beautiful color and has such beautiful grains to it. Okay, so one of the first things I'm going to want to do is go ahead and assemble the 4 legs. So what I've done is I've cut some 3-inch pieces, and then I cut 4 2.5-inch pieces. That way, when we connect them together, they will be 3 inches on both sides, and that should work just fine. So I'll start this with putting a little bit of glue down this side. So keep in mind, the boards are 5.5 inches wide, so it's only one cut at 3 inches gives you both the 3-inch and 2.5-inch piece. And now I'm going to be using 1.25" crown staples on this, but you could even tack nail it or screw it if you want. And I put, like I say, a little bit of glue down there. That'll help. One. I wanted to get the legs done first because I want to put a dark stain on these. I'm using a Minwax dark walnut, and that'll give the stain a chance to settle in and dry while I work on the rest of the project. I'm going to start assembling the side panels now, and I cut a 1-inch strip that's going to fit on the bottom of the sides, and this is going to help to support the cooler once the box is put together. Now the materials from this job came from Lowe's.com, and I'll put links to all of these materials in the description down below. And if you purchase online from these links, I'll get a small commission from it. That helps to support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Plus, you get the convenience of either in-store pickup or having them delivered. Okay, so now I'm going to take these panels like that. Now, I could glue each of these together, but I really don't want it to ease or ooze out. So I think I'm just going to glue the boards up this way and kind of take it from there. So now this board will sit. So we know that that is 1 5/8. So I'm going to come over here now, and I'm going to go. This over. So that holds that down. Now I can come over and do the same thing here. Just sit down, flush on the bottom. Like that. That's going to look good. Let's do one more. second half. So that looks good. So now what I can do is set the end pieces in and build this up. I am going to look at the side of this. I used a couple of clamps to basically hold the box together, and this made it much easier while assembling. Okay. Looking good, looking good. I'm going to do the same thing over here. That's where I want it. I purchased a Coleman cooler from Lowe's online, and I had this waiting for me when I went down to pick it up. I'm going to take the hinges off the back, and each one only has 2 screws, and then you can simply just pop them off. At this point, I'm going to start measuring and setting up just to put a couple of braces down in there, or basically wedges that will help hold the cooler in tight and still allow me to reach in and pull the handles out when I need to. The main reason for this is I've seen some people that use a drain in these, but the drains never go all the way to the bottom and leave standing water. I'd just soon be able to pull the cooler out when I need to and dump it out. Start building the lid now, and I'm going to cut the cedar to be the same height as the lid. This way I can drill small holes around it and put grabber screws in that'll help hold the lid in place, and then I'll be ready to set the top on. I'm going to set 3 screws on the front and the back side, and then probably 2 screws along the side. So now, along the side, So now there's a screw holding each of those and the front. So now I need to do the back. I'm going to add 2 more pieces to the sides. This will help to flush out or bring the lid flush with the base box. I'm now going to start applying a bead of glue all around the top of this, and that'll help for me to secure the top cedar planks. You'll want to make sure that you staple into the wood only. Don't put any staples into the cooler lid. Now that the top is secured down, we're going to take and trim out the 2 sides and the front. I'm now going to start assembling the shelf that will fit at the bottom of the cooler. This will help to make a nice addition and to store things. As I was getting ready to put the top pieces on this, these are spaced out, but I somehow ran a bead of glue all the way around, so I recommend you do it on the panels themselves and not the support, because I had to spend a lot of time cleaning that off. All that planning, and I somehow managed to get my spacing incorrect and had to pull up a couple boards and fix it. Other than that, it went perfect. I'm going to now take everything outside and give it a light sanding with an orbital. This will just knock off any splinters or anything like that, and now I can start laying down a coat of Minwax's Helmsman, and it's a great outdoor finish. Now you can get this in high gloss. I'm using a semi-gloss just because I like the tone of that. I will be putting 2 coats on everything. So while the clear coat dries outside, I'm going to come in and start working on the 2 metal straps that will go across the top of the cooler chest. I ordered online from Lowe's a 3-foot stick of this metal, and I'll put a link to this down below as well. Cut it into 2 places, and then setting it in a vise or a clamp, I'm going to take and pound this down to a 90 degree. This will create the illusion that these straps are binding the top of the cooler chest. I think I'm good with that one too. So now that should be able to slide in like that and like that. So I'm happy. I'm pretty happy with that. Now I can just take these and trim them to the exact width that I need. I'm not going to come back with some satin plaque, and because I really kind of want it to tie in with the handles and the hinges. And it's okay if there's a little bit of this color that still shows through, because that's going to give it that kind of even more of a worn look to it. So I'm good with that. I think we're ready to start putting all this together. So what I'm going to start with is the top of this. And I want to add these steel bands. Now, you don't have to put steel on this, and I'll put a link to these in the description as well, but you could also just do a couple of strips of cedar in there. That could look nice too. I just thought the steel strapping might have kind of a cool look to that, and I kind of like that. I'm going to come in at 5 inches. There's 5. Double check myself here. Yep, that's it. Now I'm going to use some upholstery tacks on this, because I think those would look sharp on this. Yeah, I like that. I think that has a nice look to it. Let's do the same thing over here. This one on. Okay. That's looking good. I like that. I like that a lot. I also picked up from Lowe's some RV black powder coated handles. So we'll add this to the front of that for lifting that up. I also added 2 3-inch powder coated hinges to the back side. Oh yeah, that's going to work just fine. Alright, I picked up 2 more handles just to set on the sides. They won't be used that much other than to scoot it around, but I thought it would look nice on these. I'll tip this up like that for starters, and then we can install our first leg, which will roughly sit like. Now what I'm thinking is I'm going to put at least 2 grabber screws or screws into this, and then I may put a tack over the top to hide those if I can do that. That might have a nice look to it. And now I can install that serving tray on the bottom of it. I'm going to come up about 6 inches. This up and see how it does. It's all in there, ready to go. I'm liking this a lot. Now, I can't leave well enough alone. If you have like a Silhouette vinyl cutter or a Cricut vinyl cutter, you could do this type of a stencil as well. And I just wanted to do something that also had that vintage look to it. So this was super easy. Yeah, I like that. This has been a really fun project, and it's extremely simple to build. You could build this with a circular saw as easily as you build it with the table saw. Don't let it stop you. Very simple construction of this thing. You can change its dimensions depending on the cooler that you're using. I pick up all the materials to build this from Lowe's.com, and I will put the links down below to all of the parts and the products used in this. And if you click the links and purchase online, I'll get a small commission off of that. That helps to support the channel, and it doesn't cost you an extra thing. Plus, you can get home delivery or pick up at the store, your choice. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section down below. In the meantime, I'll see you soon.